Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Eddie here, and on this video I am going to count down my top 25 80s slashers. Yeah, I'm a big slasher fan. I love, the slashers. It's my favorite subgenre of horror. So for the past 6 months, a year, I've been watching a lot of slashers. So I decided to, rank them. Since it's the spooky season, it's October, so I decided to my top 25. So, and just FYI, just a reminder that this is my list. This is, you know, my opinion. Your opinion can be different, and that's understandable. And we all have our opinions. We all have our different taste in movies, music, and so on. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right to it. All right, guys. So before I start my 25, I wanted to mention these films, kind of like honorable mentions. Because don't get me wrong, I love these films. I like them, but they just didn't make my 25. So maybe next year, maybe they'll go. Maybe they will. Like for instance, Sorority House Massacre, Hide and Go Shriek, Madman, Bloody Birthday, Madhouse, Butcher, Baker, Nightmare Maker, and He Knows You're Alone. Yeah, these are great films, guys. These are great, but man, it was just hard to rank them because I love all these films. They're all great. They're all great slashers, but like I said, maybe in a year from now, maybe my opinion can change after rewatching them, or they can change. But I would recommend you these if you haven't seen them. Sorority House Massacre, Hide and Go Shriek, Madman, Bloody Birthday, Madhouse, Butcher, Baker, Nightmare Maker, and He Knows You're Alone. So if you haven't seen those, I mean, they're really, I decided to give them a mention, give them a, because they're really great films. All right, now with the countdown. Number 25, Terror Train. I love this film. Jamie Lee Curtis. She comes out in it. She's great. So the killer is just great. You have the magician. What's his name? David Copperfield. I think who he is. And the killer wears these different costumes. It takes place in New Year's Eve, so everybody's wearing like these outfits, these costumes, and the killer, when he kills his victims, he wears their costume. So it's very hard to distinguish who the killer is. So yeah, and it comes with the original artwork. This is a Scorpion releasing, I think. Yeah, Scorpion releasing. So yeah, Terror Train coming up at number 25. All right, number 24, New Year's Evil. Another movie that takes place in New Year's. This one's good. The kills are pretty good. So basically, the killer kills when the clock strikes midnight in different time zones, or different like you got the Pacific, Central, Eastern time. So he kills each his victims at the strike of the hour before midnight, or at midnight, or something like that. It's pretty good. This is a Scream Factory release. It's way out of print now, but Kino Lorber actually re-released it, so you can get it at Kino Lorber, from Kino Lorber. So yeah, it's a good one at number 24. New Year's Evil. All right, number 23, House on Sorority Row. Yeah, this is a this is a good one. Basically, these girls at a sorority house, they do this little prank, to the, I guess the mother of the house, or and it goes horribly wrong, and somebody sees, and start killing people. They start killing them, one by one. The ending was kind of shocking. It kind of like, I got goosebumps with the ending when this guy, with the killer. So Yeah, it's a good one. House on Sorority Road. This is the MVD rewind, so yeah, it's a good one. I enjoyed it. So that's House on Sorority Row at number 23. All right, number 22, we got Just Before Dawn. Yeah, this one takes place like in the woods, like in the, those summer camp movies. It's got a great setting. The kills are pretty good, especially the opening scene. And you got there's George Kennedy. He's amazing. So yeah, this one's by Code Red. Yeah, I was kind of surprised with the ending. I mean, with the as you start watching it, you'll be like, wow, I don't want to spoil it, but you need to check it out if you haven't. Just Before Dawn at number 22. All right, number 21, we got Pieces. Yeah, I want to say this is Italian. Well, maybe not Italian. Maybe from Spain. I know it's a European release, but yeah, this one is pretty gory. This is by Grindhouse, by the way. Grindhouse releasing. Yeah, the kills are insane. The kills are pretty gory. It's basically about this guy, the killer. He chops his victims. You'll get an arm or a leg or a head, and he starts to like build or make his own puzzle from different body parts. Very weird, very psychotic. It's enjoyable, but yeah, Pieces. Yeah, it's a good one. And that was Pieces at number 21. At number 20, Prom Night. This is another one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis was like the scream queen. She came out in a couple of horror movies in the 80s. So there she is, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, what can you say about Prom Night? Leslie Nielsen always he comes out as well. Yeah, this is a good one. It's the kills are great. The cast is great. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I need to rewatch it. But I always enjoy Prom Night. I've seen it a couple of times, but the last time I saw it, man, might have been like maybe going on 2 years or something. So it's been a while. So yeah, Prom Night at number 20. Coming up at number 19, we got Happy Birthday to Me. Man, this is very nostalgic. I saw this one when I was a kid. This kill right here is just, man, it's brutal. It's really insane. I am glad that Kino Lorber re-released it. They Mill Creek had it, but I'm glad that Kino re-released it. And I recently saw it. Sounded great, looked great. So yeah, so happy to have this one in the collection. And then you have Melissa Sue Anderson. She was one of the. She came out in House on the Prairie back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So yeah, if you haven't seen Happy Birthday to Me, check it out. At number 19, Happy Birthday to Me. All right, coming up at number 18, we got Eyes of a Stranger. This is by Scream Factory. You got Jennifer Jason Leigh. She's like this blind, mute girl. That's her older sister, and her older sister starts to suspect something weird with her neighbor. Yeah, her neighbor ends up being this psychotic serial rapist killer. So it's very intense, very good movie. Yeah, Eyes of a Stranger at number 18. Coming up at number 17, we have Maniac. Yeah, this is another brutal one. Maniac is a brutal film with Joe Spinell, and the makeup effects by Tom Savini is, he's amazing. I mean, the makeup effects are really good. The kills are insane. The kills are brutal. This is one of those that I probably won't recommend. If you truly are a fan of the genre, well, check it out. But it's not for everyone. It's one of those psychological slashers type. So yeah, this is by Blue Underground. This is the 4K, and there's Joe Spinell. He's the actual Maniac. So yeah, coming up at number 17, Maniac. So number 16, we got Intruder. Oh, I love Intruder. Takes place at a grocery store. So yeah, it's after hours. The employees are cleaning up and putting stuff away, and there's a killer inside the store. You know, this is by Synapse Films, by the way. They released it. So yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but as you watch it, you'll realize who the killer is, obviously, and what he did, why he did what he did, and it's very, the ending. I thought, you know, it was okay, but you gotta check it out because the kills are enjoyable. The kills are insane. Man, yeah, this is a fun one, Intruder. All right, so that was Intruder number 16. And number 15, we got Blood Rage. This is by Arrow. This one actually takes place in Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's basically two twins. One's good, one's evil. You know, one's doing the killing, and one is, he actually was, framed by his brother, so he was like kind of like locked up or something. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Blood Rage, it's a good one. Blood Rage, it's a fun watch. So Blood Rage at number 15. At number 14, we got Child's Play. This is another one that's very nostalgic. This one came out in 1988, so I was like 15 years old when it came out. And I had never seen anything like it at the time. I thought it was great. Chucky's awesome. He had those one-liners, and the kills are great. This is by Scream Factory, by the way. So yeah, I enjoy Child's Play. That's the original artwork. Yeah, nothing bad about it. Nothing bad I have to say about Child's Play. I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was Child's Play at number 14. Coming up at number 13. Now this is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, but at number 13 is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. It's right there. Yeah, Dream Warriors. Came out in 1987. So I was like 14 at the time. And if you remember MTV, the band Dokken had a video for the theme song, Dream Warriors. And badass video, badass song. And this movie is just awesome. It's just awesome. So yeah, I really enjoy Dream Warriors, and especially when you have like 80s metal and 80s horror together. I love it. Certain bands come out in movies like Wasp. The band Wasp came out in Dungeon Master. I thought that was cool. One of their songs comes out in Ghoulies. I think it's Ghoulies 2, Scream Until You Like It by Wasp. I think that one, it comes out in the Ghoulies soundtrack. I think it's part 2 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, at number 13 we got Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. All right, coming up at number 12 we got The Prowler. I love The Prowler. The kills are insane. Again, this is also the makeup effects by Tom Savini, and he does an amazing job with the effects. It's a little slow pace, but it picks up, man. It does. The kills are great. The cast is great. The characters are likable. It's good, man. It's a really good movie. I wouldn't doubt if this movie will go up higher in my ranking as I watch it more, because if I do this next year, The Prowler could end up being, maybe making it to the top 10. Right now it's at number 12. It's such a great film. If you haven't seen The Prowler, highly recommend it. All right, coming up at number 11, we got a Christmas slasher, Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is a Scream Factory. There's the original artwork. Yeah, this is a really good one. I enjoyed it the first time I saw it. The kills are pretty good. I mean, they're pretty brutal. So basically, this guy, he sees his parents get killed by someone dressed as Santa Claus. So the rest of his life, he was like, he was terrified. He was terrified. So Christmas came around, and he was working, and he had to wear this Santa outfit, and he begins to lose it. So he starts to kill people. And I think when this movie came out in '84, it caused a lot of controversy to the point where it it got pulled off the theaters. I mean, there was like a protest going on. They made a big stink about it, and yeah. So I guess it's because it was Santa Claus, and it wasn't proper. Like Santa Claus is not supposed to be killing people. The kids, like obviously not for kids, but so yeah, it had a lot of controversy when it came out at the time. So yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night at number 11. At number 10, we got another one of Nightmare on Elm Street, but this is at number 10 is the original, the 1984 Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, this one came out 84. I was 12 when I actually saw it when it came out on cable TV. I remember watching it, and man, it freaked me out. It freaked me out because you see this dude, this guy with a burned face, and he's like killing you in your dreams. And if he kills you in your dreams, that's it. You don't wake up. You're dead. Kind of creepy. Kind of. Freddy looked, evil. He looked scary. He looked, he still had those one-liners too. But man, this movie was good at the time. It still is. I mean, I still enjoy it. That's why I have it at the top 10 at number 10. The original Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Coming up at number 9, Friday the 13th, Part 3. It's, this one, this is not very nostalgic as well. I would see it all the time. Before it was my number 2 favorite Friday the 13th movie, but then as I started rewatching them, over and over as time went by, and I started rewatching them, it went a little down. I started moving some other ones higher, but I still enjoy it no matter what. I love the final girl, Dana Kimball, I believe it's her name. The fighting scene between her and Jason was awesome. I enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, coming up at number 9, Friday the 13th, Part 3. All right, at number 8, Halloween 2. Another one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, what I like about this one is that it takes place right after the first one, ended. So part 2 starts off right where the first one left off. It's really good. Michael, he's a killing machine. I mean, he's got one mission, and it's to find Laurie, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. And anybody who gets in the way, Michael's gonna kill you. It takes place like in the hospital, so the setting is great. It's dark, creepy, and then of course the score, the music, and Donald Pleasence returns as Dr. Loomis. So yeah, Halloween 2 is it's an awesome sequel. I love it. So yeah, at number 8, Halloween 2. All right. So coming up at number 7, My Bloody Valentine. Yeah, this is from 1981. This is a Scream Factory release. Oh man, this is a good film. It's a good film. It's funny because I didn't see this one when it came out. I didn't see this one as a kid. I saw it maybe like the later 80s, so I was late to the party with this one, but I really enjoyed it. And the more couple of times that I've seen it, it's just great. This one does come out with 2 versions. It's got the theatrical, it's got the uncut. The uncut is a lot better. That's the better one because it shows, the kills. They're not edited out in the theatrical. They're edited out in the uncut version. You see, the way it's supposed to be. So, awesome film. It usually takes place like in a mine, so it's kind of dark. So yeah, My Bloody Valentine. Awesome film. This is at number 7. This was number 7. All right, number 6. Sleepaway Camp. Ah, man, this one. Oh, the ending. The ending is probably one of the most shocking endings in horror cinema. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I highly recommend Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, this one is brutal. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. This is a Scream Factory release. So yeah, it takes place like, well, obviously in a camp. And it's good. It's fun. You know, it's a fun slasher. So if you haven't seen it, check it out because that ending will will really get the hairs on the back of your neck. They'll go up. You know, you'll get goosebumps, man. It's just so shocking. So yeah, at number six, Sleepaway Camp. All right, coming up at number five, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Yeah, with the Friday the 13th, like I said, you know, when I talked about part three, it used to be my number two, but this one started getting higher and higher. I started liking it more and more. You know, the cast is amazing. The cast is great. We got a young Corey Feldman. We got Crispin Glover. We got the girl from the brunette one from Weird Science. The guy that I don't remember the real names, but the guy that comes out in Last American Virgin, the main dude, he also comes out. And Jason is brutal on this one, man. He is brutal. I mean, I think this is probably one of my favorite Jasons. The way he moved, the way I don't know, he was very agile. I don't know, man. This is just a good movie. I'm enjoying it more and more. So yeah, coming up at number five, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. All right, number four, we got The Burning. Yeah, this one is kind of like a Friday the 13th knockoff, ripoff, but man, if you haven't seen this one, you need to check it out. And the killer uses these what is it, hedges, or you know, this, you know, shears or whatever. And there's a scene where he kills like, I don't know how many, like they're like in a little raft or a canoe or something. Yeah, that part was like totally insane. Yeah, this is a great one, guys. If you haven't seen The Burning, I highly recommend you this one because it's that's why I have it on my top five. You know, this is number four. So yeah, The Burning from Scream Factory. So yeah, that was The Burning number four. At number three, we got Slumber Party Massacre. Oh man, this is a good one too. The killer uses this like power drill. So basically, these girls, these beautiful women, are having this party. You know, they're having a slumber party, and you know these guys want to like join in the fun, but there's a killer on the loose, and you know he happens to be in the neighborhood. You know, he's escaped, and he's, you know, so yeah, he breaks in, and all hell breaks loose. You know, the girls have to team up, you know, to save their lives. You know, they're fighting for their lives, you know, against this maniac, you know, this psychotic killer. You know, there's this is another one by Scream Factory. So yeah, this is another one that I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. It's got everything, you know, that a slasher would want: the kills, the nudity, the setting, everything. You know, slashers usually have that. You gotta have the great kills, you gotta have nudity, you gotta have and the setting. So Slumber Party Massacre has it all. Most of these films have all that. So at number two, and we got Friday the 13th Part Two. Now I know there are a lot of people that I've seen videos of ranking, you know, movies and all that. They have this one as their favorite Friday the 13th, and you know it started. This is another one that started getting better every time I watched it. Remember back then, you know, before I had number three, part three for number two. You know, I had one, you know, one, three, two, and four, but four and two started getting better and better, and three went down a little bit. But I really enjoyed this one. This one is a great sequel. Jason debuts, and he looks very creepy on this one because he's wearing like a sack over his head, and it's got like a hole, and you can see his eye. You can only see his eye. there's a final girl. She's very smart. She outsmarts him at the, towards like the ending of the film. So yeah, this one, I'm sure there was a lot of people that have seen this one already. If you haven't, shame on you, because this is such a great classic. Friday the 13th Part 2 at number 2. And obviously now you probably know which one is number 1. So yeah, Friday the 13th, the original. Yeah, this is the one that started it all. 1980. I saw it as a kid. I saw all the Friday the 13th movies when they were coming out. The first 4, obviously, they were all in my top 10. There's some other ones I like, but they just didn't make the 25. I like Jason Lives Part 6. I like New Blood is okay. Manhattan, it's okay. But they just weren't good enough to make the 25. But the original, I mean, what can you say? You can't say anything bad about the original. Yes, it's a little slow pace. I mean, Part 2 it goes by faster. The kills are happening more, frequently than the first one. But you got to remember, this is what started it all. And it's not, you don't even know who the killer is. They never show him until the last, 15 minutes, where Miss Voorhees, makes an appearance. So, there's the final girl, Alice. Alice is the character's name. I forgot the real actress name. I forgot. But yeah, Friday the 13th is my number 1. So there you have it, guys. Those were my my picks, my top 25 80s slashers. Again, this is just my opinion. This is just my, my list. So, by all means, let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite 80s slasher. Or give me your top 25. Give me your top 25. Because I'm really curious to see everyone's opinion out there. Maybe a year from now, my opinion can change. Maybe some of them might make the list, some of them might drop down. So, sometimes when you rewatch a film, it happens. You like it better, you like it less. So, maybe I will do this again next year, and we'll see how it goes. So, I appreciate you guys watching. If you sticked around this long, thank you. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell for more upcoming videos, and hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one.